Sir Michael Parkinson died on Wednesday, aged 88, and now celebrity friends and fans of the much-loved BBC broadcaster have paid an emotional tribute. Stars such as Sir David Attenborough and Sir Elton John were among those to publicly commemorate Sir Michael Parkinson today after hearing the sad news of his death. They are among more than 2,000 subjects who were seen on screen with the legendary broadcaster during his long career, and they have spoken warmly of him after learning he'd died. Last night, aged 88, David declared Michael the best freelance interviewer in the business at the time when he'd been the controller of BBC Two. He was extremely professional, you knew that he would know all the background and you didn't have to fill in anything. He continued, the 97-year-old added, he was extremely generous, he wanted you to shine and would always laugh at your jokes and give you an opportunity to make them sound funnier than in fact they were. David had been speaking during a pre-recorded interview for BBC Radio 4's The World at One, and he made it clear he'd noticed Michael's distinctive accent, calling it refreshing. He was always knowledgeable. He was absolutely classless, he joked. Then he hastily added, that's not quite true, you knew he was not a southerner, you knew he was a northerner, and that was a very refreshing voice in those days. You knew that he would do his homework and that he would ask questions that didn't occur to you. David added that he'd regarded him as a friend who was welcoming to everyone, recalling a time when he was simultaneously interviewing comedian Billy Connolly, but never made him feel left out. Meanwhile, Sir Elton John delivered equally glowing praise for the legendary broadcaster when he took to Instagram to pay his respects. The Rocketman singer exclaimed, Michael Parkinson was a TV legend who was one of the greats. I loved his company and his incredible knowledge of cricket and Barnsley football. Sporting star turned broadcaster Gary Lineker had warm words for the departed TV giant too, exclaiming, saddened to hear that Michael Parkinson has died, a truly brilliant broadcaster and wonderful interviewer. He was very much part of Saturday nights growing up. Parkinson, then match of the day. R.I.P. Parky. Meanwhile, Channel 5 star Dan Walker declared him a TV titan, adding, it was always a pleasure to talk to him on off camera about cricket, football, politics, TV. He was full of advice, picked up over his remarkable career, always brought the best out in others. A proper gent who will be missed by many. Matt Lucas, formerly of Little Britain and the Great British Bake Off, also described him as a titan and added that he was the ultimate chat show host. Stephen Fry chimed in to say that it was impossibly thrilling to be interviewed by Michael, while praising his authenticity. Eamon Holmes declared that he was king of the chat show hosts and that it had been a privilege to get to know him both on and off screen. They don't make them like that anymore. Rip Sir Michael Parkinson, he wrote. Comedian Eddie Izzard joined in with the praise, defining him as the king of the intelligent interview and explaining that he was very sad to hear of his death. Sky News presenter Kay Burley shared a detailed tribute too, declaring, devastated to hear about the passing of TV broadcaster and journalist, the magnificent Sir Michael Parkinson. I was lucky enough to meet him professionally and socially on many occasions. He was always fun, informed and generous with his time. I will miss him. R.I.P. Michael.